And we're rolling. I'm here today for Laughs at Kaks Comedy Night number 8. 8, right? 8. I think it's 8. I'm here with Yianni Assimakis. He's been on the show before. He's been on so many times now. He's basically part of the show. He was the headliner tonight. He killed it. Had me crying laughing. We have Jack Hoskins here. It was the feature tonight. Jack, I like your style. Yeah, you definitely have a style. You know, it's like the melancholy, ironic, like this is happening. You know, that's kind of vibe I got. And then we got Chris.
Being depressed.
Yeah, there you go. And we have Chris. Chris, what's your last name again, sir?
Chris L.
Chris L. There you go. I'm gonna have all their. It's just L, like the letter L is your last name.
L. It's not my real last name.
Oh, okay.
It's my stage name.
Okay, I got you. Everyone's information is gonna be on the show notes there. So yeah, this is just a post podcast show. Yianni, fucking take it away. I've seen you do a bunch of sets right now, and you were on fire tonight. Yeah. Super loose. You can feel the energy, like, you know, you're just like at whim, just roasting everyone. I felt bad for everyone in the front row. Those Gen Z kids that you just literally said look like
Go Power Rangers.
Like it's just like as I looked at them, like, oh my god,
they literally looked like the Power Rangers. It was amazing. They had every just the way they were dressed. It looked like they came right out of a 1996 like cartoon. It was actually really, really funny to me. But no, the crowd was really great tonight, and Jack set them up perfectly. Perfect. Like there was no tonight couldn't have gone better.
Yeah, no, I had a great time. I had a blast. I had a blast at all these things, except for there was a bombing that happened last week that that was on our previous podcast there, but we won't dive into that one. But but otherwise it's been pretty good.
I haven't seen you feature without sitting down. Like that
standing is hard, man.
Yeah, he's famous. Jack Hoskins is famous for like bringing it out. Like that's why I put the chair on the side of the stage, because I'm like, he's gonna want to just like.
Oh, are you like primarily you're like a sit down kind of comic, or
I'm preparing for when I'm old.
Okay. Fuck. Chris, how long you been doing comedy for, sir?
About a year and 3 months.
Year and 3 months. Okay. Yeah, what made you start now?
Boredom with my life.
Okay.
Generally, sit around during COVID thinking like I got to do something, and I always enjoyed watching stand-up comedy, going to live stand-up comedy. Yeah. And I thought, well, I didn't want to be 80 on my deathbed saying, I wish I tried that open mic that one day when I was 40 and I was younger. Yeah. So.
Hey, but I'm not a comic, but a lot of the pros, they all say it takes almost 10 years to dial in the craft. So do you feel like you're like, you know what? I'll commit this for the rest of my life kind of thing, or?
I've given myself 4 years.
4 years?
And if I'm still at the Dirty Duck in 4 years, I'm going to have to think of something else. But
you might be, though. Like a lot of people that come through the Laughs at Kaks, they've been performing for a long time. And I'm not saying it's like, I didn't go anywhere with it. It's just, I don't know. It's just, just where you can get jobs, really, or shows or whatever, right?
Well, when you're young, you got to travel, you got to get on the road, and I've got a lot of responsibility. I have a day job, of course. And
I wasn't reaching
things going on at home, so
I was trying to justify
it. I didn't think you were doing that. That's fine.
Neither did I. Anyway, go on.
Now, he's going to blow up like Matt Rife on TikTok with his raw sex appeal. It's going to take all of 30 seconds. His career is going to last 2 years. He's going to make $4 million.
Well, I thought he was the that guy from RoboCop. Like you look like.
Okay, so we all agree that he doesn't come from this planet, right? Robot or alien?
Definitely robot. You're definitely like monotone too.
I introduced Chris on stage as like, if you can guess where the alien inside his chest that controls them comes from.
Is that what he said today?
Dude, constantly.
Oh, you have such great references, Yianni, that like to people who are like 30. I was sitting there like, man, like this is like nostalgic gold right now.
It doesn't. I feel like media changed so much to just be fed to you in bite-sized pieces. Like you can't. Our movie, like when we were growing up, the movies that we had were so good. They had Pulp Fiction. Well, that's not even our generation. That's my generation.
Yeah.
But like, you can't do.
Pulp Fiction's the shit.
It just feels like sometimes I want to watch a movie where there's 12 minutes of dialogue, and in one shot, and they're speaking. Not like you need to constantly stimulate someone so they can watch. Like it's Men in Black. All three of the first ones, the only Men in Black that there are, by the way, are some of the funniest movies ever, just because they're real, and we don't make movies like that anymore. Everything's too fast now.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that as well. It's definitely the new TikTok culture, like short attention span, and all the movie writers probably like, well, I had this idea with all this nice dialogue, but fuck it, let's just make explosions and laser sounds.
Have you seen the Barbie movie?
I did, yeah.
What'd you think?
We're not here to talk about that, but sure, you can dive into that. Did you guys see the Barbie movie?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
Oh man, I don't. Yo, honestly,
I think the Barbie movie was for guys.
I thought honestly it was like a religious movie. The more I fucking watched it, yeah.
What?
Yeah, well, spoilers, but like, so Barbie essentially to me, when I watched it, came from heaven, because in Barbie Land everything's perfect, and then she meets. Wow, fuck! Spoilers! Turn it off right now if you haven't seen it. But she meets the woman who made Barbie, and then they present her like God, right? And then it's like, and then she basically comes down to chooses to live with us and become like not perfect anymore. And then, like that was what the movie was actually about. And then in the midst of it, they make guys look like idiots, and like every girl's like perfect. But yeah, as I watched that, that's kind of what I took away. It was pretty. There's some deep aspects to it, but then there's
I never even thought that could.
You didn't even register any of that.
That was that's amazing.
Oh,
and I
maybe
love
I'm just looking for
now.
shit. I don't know,
because it is a great movie. It's
okay,
bro. No, you feel really good.
All right, okay. Well, I guess you boys have to watch the Barbie movie.
You leave the Barbie movie feeling like you have no idea if you've ever even really been a man.
Everything that people say about this movie sounds like a fucking meme.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's meme central.
It doesn't sound like it's true.
Really?
Yeah.
We're watching it together. I'm taking you to see the Barbie movie.
You're taking them out.
Because I watched Oppenheimer and I was like, oh, okay, this is... Because it was the Barbieheimer like phenomenon, right? Like you have one movie that's super, super girly, and then you have one movie that's like super, super masculine coming out at the exact same time. And then I've seen both. Pretty sure that the Barbie movie is more masculine than the Oppenheimer movie.
I don't know which.
Ken discovers the patriarchy.
Ken is
Does the song "I'm a Barbie Girl in a Barbie World" happen in the movie?
Yes. Oh,
does
dude,
it?
Yeah.
Aqua song?
They do the remix version of it.
Oh, okay.
That's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Oh, fuck, I didn't pay attention. I was very baked when I watched it too. Just
so my
so maybe
God,
that's
so
why
you don't even know.
Maybe that's why I got all like, oh yeah, it's existential because whatever. Because like,
what's your favorite movie?
My favorite, dude. That's such a loaded. Like I can't. Like I love movies.
What's your favorite kind of movie?
Well, even that, like it depends on my mood. But I mean, the best movie of all time might be Gladiator, and then Braveheart, and then like all those movies. I mean, come on. Like,
have you seen? What about you?
Favorite movie? Probably Return of the Living Dead.
So
which one's that?
Guy.
Yeah.
Do they have movies on your planet?
My planet? I can watch all the movies from my spaceship.
What's your favorite movie?
I got 5 favorite movies. If you're ready
I want to know everything about you.
All right, real quick. We got Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Boogie Nights, Casino, and Batman '89.
So you just stopped watching movies after 1997?
After 1999, I was like, I'm done. Too much computer animation, bullshit.
You saw The Mummy and you were like, fuck it. You saw where things were going before the rest of us did, and you were just like, I'm out.
The art form is dead.
I used to know that off by heart. It's like my name is Maximus, like Marcus Aurelius. Father to a slain, like with his little thing there. I loved it.
Yeah, Chris, you're and all those movies you listed are bangers, by the way. So fuck yeah, great taste. Jack, so you used to actually be 300 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, that's true.
Did you? Were you? Like,
I don't lie in my comedy. I'll have you know. Everything is 100% true.
Okay, so did you just see like a photo of Paul Rudd one day? You're like, I'm gonna start being like that guy, and then like turned into him because you're basically Paul Rudd to me.
I was trying for like. Thank you. Yeah. I was trying for like 10 years because no one wants to be 350 pounds. So from the beginning, I was trying different things. I thought I could exercise it off, a bunch of dumb shit like that. You can't. The only way you can lose it is by eating less. And once I was like ready to accept that, it all just piled off.
Were you eating a bunch? Is that what got it up? Well, of course it was. What else?
You're also tall. You're a big guy too. So like I don't know if people, because I like at my heaviest I was 270, 280.
You were 280 on you for your frame?
I'll show. You can put my rugby picture like as the thumbnail.
You had such a great night. I'm not gonna.
But like, I'm guessing you didn't look as bad at your size.
Oh, I could show you pics.
Did you look like Butterbean? Oh, what the fuck?
Butterbean is a really?
Butterbean's a pro fighter who's like he did boxing and MMA, but he's literally shaped like Humpty Dumpty. Like he looks like Humpty Dumpty.
One of his most famous moments is beating the shit out of Johnny Knoxville in that.
Johnny Knoxville let him beat him up
in a Jackass episode. So they walk into a jewelry store. Some guy, Butterbean, walks in first. The ref, Johnny Knoxville, guy goes ding ding. They take off their robes. I think Butterbean hits him twice, and he's out.
That sounds like me.
It's in like the first Jackass movie.
Okay, I gotta rewatch that because Butterbean's a beast. Like one punch from him, you might be dead. He's
hit
literally like 400 pounds, but he's like I don't know. He's like fat muscle.
I don't even understand people like I don't understand people like Johnny.
Like
I don't understand why you'd want to be in that situation at all.
Well,
but
they were high
fame and money, right?
Back then.
Yeah.
So like, did you play sports when you were that size or anything? No.
Barely moved at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you listen to his bit? I mean, he didn't get find it anywhere.
I don't know if it's lies or fake.
He just said, man.
I mean, I used to run, but that was about it, and go to the gym.
Okay, so now you got your diet dialed in, and then it just all came off like real fast.
Yeah, but that was a hard part because I just didn't have the self-control. Because if you have the tiniest bit of faith that you can exercise it off, you'll keep eating.
Right.
And once you face that hard truth, you're going to look like this until you die prematurely, or you're going to eat less.
So, quick question here. How when you say you eat a lot, because this is, man, I don't even know if we're talking about comedy anymore. It's just in general for the day.
It never ends up like this.
It's a podcast. It's a podcast.
Hey, this is an important informational thing. There are our viewers out there trying to lose weight.
Someone tell a joke. It's comedy. No, but the quick real question though. Because I met some huge people too back in the day, but I used to work with them. I saw them all the time. So
you worked at SeaWorld?
No, but I worked at wherever I worked. There'd be big guys you meet. But as an example, I worked in a warehouse. There's this huge guy, and I'm like, we worked in that warehouse for at least 8 to 10 hours a day together. So I'm like, okay, so if you sleep 8, I see you for the other 10. That's 18 hours in a day gone. So you're telling me the rest of the 6 hours you're eating 7 times or something? You know what I mean?
I see.
Is it all in private that you're just consuming the calories? So literally, just at home, you're like, okay, no one's around, and then you just start going ham on.
Well, they add up faster than you'd think. You have your breakfast and stuff, and I'd have oatmeal with huge gobs of peanut butter and then chocolate and shit. It was something you'd get at Dairy Queen. There are ways that you can just fit hidden calories into everything, and other people don't even notice.
Okay, so even if you ate 3 meals a day, the one that no one looks at when you're doing it by yourself, you're saying you just piled on loads of extra stuff. Is that what you're saying?
So that's part of it. The other part is I worked in the food service industry this whole time. I used to work on boats, in a ship cafeteria in BC. So you'd go into the freezer and eat chocolate brownies because fuck it, union. What can they do?
Huh. What are they gonna do? Kick you off the boat? Yeah. What's the stupidest job you had when you were a kid?
Oh man, I had probably 30 jobs when I was younger. The worst job.
Did you just keep getting fired?
Some I fired, some I quit. This one's really bad. It was a place where they ground up animal guts and then turned it into pet food. And they were freezing these animal guts into these big slots in a big toaster. And my job was to hose down all the machines of these guts, right? I worked there for about 3 hours, and I asked to go for a break. And as I was leaving, I was like, "Can I do this job? I don't know. I'll just go back to work." And I go, and there's some guts on my sleeve because you have to wear a mask and a suit and all this stuff. I said, "Nope." Took everything off, ran out the door, never came back. And I forgot my lunch.
That's what he remembers after 25 years.
That was one of your 30 jobs.
That was the worst one.
What about the other? Wait, that was the worst one? That's the worst exit from a job? Okay.
1 down, 29 to go. Let's go.
Oh, man, I've done door-to-door, telemarketing, landscaping was fucking... Can I swear? It was fucking terrible.
No. Yeah,
What'd you do before here?
What did I do? Wow, I was bartending again, but I was in oil and gas before. I have a degree, and did that whole oil and gas thing. I was in surface land, had an office. Hated it, loved the money, but hated the actual lifestyle, of the working part. You get to look fly, go into the big tower downtown. You're like, I'll see you at lunch. You can expense some lunches. Everything looks so fly, and everyone's like, oh, he's making money. He works from oil and gas. You act like you're on your phone and shit. But by the time you go to your office, it's just like mundane, clickety clack crap. And you're emailing and like, I don't even know my job does difference in the world. Like
I love how you said that.
Oh, they're like, you're like 1 second, you're like, okay, I'm just going to go on Facebook. You get this email from HR, like, get off Facebook. You're like, fuck. Like, you're literally being monitored, you know, like it's, yeah, it is. And then, and the company I worked for, like, I don't know, they were just very old school with like they're still around. And that's why they survived because they didn't give you anything. Like the wall outside the building's nice. Like you go inside, it's gray walls everywhere. And I'm just like, they're like, hey, by the way, like we're doing you a favor. You get to wear jeans on Friday. I'm like, oh, like, you know, and I'm just sitting there. But everyone, when you leave the office, they're all just wild animals like normal people.
Yeah.
Then when they go to work, everyone puts on this like super act, and the person who like gets out of character, if you say, gets written up by HR. So you're like, just ate at my soul, man. But anyway, I took that money and financed this thing, so it kind of worked out.
Yeah, and it fucking great. Today was packed. Today didn't make any sense. I was on stage when I saw my mom. Like that's always a shock and a half. It's like, oh my God, is that my mother? After I had started the entire, everyone in this room has seen my penis.
That was hilarious.
Mom?
Your mom was like, what? Like, fuck.
What did I say? Stop coming to the shows?
Yeah, and she's like, you invited me. Fuck, that was so funny, man. Jack.
More weight loss tips.
Yeah. No, I just want to dial in. So how long have you been doing comedy then?
I've been doing comedy for like 7 to 8 months.
7 to 8 months? Okay, yeah. Sweet. So you guys are both just, like, same question that I gave Chris earlier. What made you start now? Like,
you know, I don't even know. Like, looking back, I just walked in one day with a bunch of jokes about LinkedIn. It was like the worst set imaginable, and I was delusional enough to be like, I've got potential. And then I just kept doing it, and then like 3 months in, I actually got laughs, and I was like, oh, this is what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then I realized just how bad it was leading up to that. And then, you know, I'm just a glutton for punishment. You know, when you get up there, even if you suck, like all this stuff that you're worried about in your life, it just kind of disappears for a brief moment. It's like having sex, but not pleasurable.
Fuck. That's a very positive.
Such different styles.
Yeah.
Like it's such different.
You have a different outlook on life for sure. So you're basically saying you're like, most of the time, like I'm constantly unhappy, but for the 5 minutes I'm up there, I'm not necessarily happy. I'm just not unhappy.
I'm nothing. It's like being dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or alive. You could say it's like being alive.
It's like being in a coma, but you're awake.
I can see that by your performance most of the time.
Oh, God. Get fucked.
There's such a this place is so neat just because of like the way that it is. You can literally tell the audience, hey, they're like, this is Kaks Bar and Podcast. So like
Lucas kept calling Kaks Sports Bar and Podcast.
Is that what he kept
over and over? He's like, you got this podcast, you got this Wicked Sports Bar, and then we're sitting there just like obviously he's intentionally fucking the name up.
Yeah.
But,
well, it's really neat because just of the way that everything is in here, you can literally tell the audience we're gonna go almost like a live podcast. We're gonna go through all of these topics.
Yeah.
And you did that like sort of like if like when you come up here, you're gonna love that. Just like go from topic to topic, and because like Jack is a lawyer, like literally just started.
Oh, you're a lawyer?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. What kind of law do you practice? Or are you a lawyer? Are you working now? Or
I'm about to get called to the bar.
Okay, sick. What does that terminology mean again? Re-educate me on the lawyer.
Well,
going to the bar means
it means you have the license. Before
Okay.
you have the license to practice, you can't do it without the supervision of someone else, and they have to monitor everything you do and vet it, like being an engineer.
Okay,
and,
okay.
So I'm waiting for like 5 months from now when Jack goes up on fucking stage and he's like, all right. his entire sets are litigation. It's like, this is how we're doing it.
Find some like small law somewhere where you're like, I can technically sue all of you if you don't laugh. There you go.
Something.
Wait, what kind of law are you aiming to do?
I'm super into cybersecurity, tech.
Okay.
It's kind of niche, but that's like the stuff that's real, and entertainment too.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you guys need a lawyer.
Yeah.
That would be such a fucking hardcore combo. It's like, I'm a touring comic. I'm also an entertainment lawyer. Like, who messes
Well, then
with
you don't even need a manager then. You can already read legal documents. Half the people, like, the reason why we have to hire people to do all this shit for us is because we can't read the legal documents accurately, you know? Like, it's like another language. It's just fumbling the English dictionary into the most complex puzzle for the layman. And then like, yeah, it fucking sucks. But okay, boys, I am going to wind this down here. Everyone plug their dates and plug your dates and do me one favor here. This sounds kind of like you're in high school, but like, what's your goals with comedy? I want to hear what your goals are with comedy because everyone in this room is actually under 1 year doing comedy. So, what's your goals?
He's not under 1 year in doing comedy.
A year and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Actually?
Okay, never mind.
I started in March.
How do you get this energy? If I had half your
theater,
charisma,
12 years of
theater,
theater.
Yeah.
I started with Chris.
Been at it a little bit longer. I've been doing a year and 3 months. So
that means
3 months.
Did you start before or after me?
A little bit.
Well, I thought we met at the Duck.
We did, but I thought you've been doing it for a long time before.
No, I'm just amazing.
Yeah,
like,
I just want to steal a little bit of your energy and
humble.
Use it for my own purposes.
No, I came from doing so. Like, if you guys ever wonder why, and just to clear the air, the theater that I worked at was improv based and then scripted. So like right away, like you're going up to tables in character and being like, it's like, my name is Vaughn. Can I get your order? Like, right? And if they say whatever they say to you, it's like, well, do you have? It's like I have a lactose allergy. So, like, is there any dairy in that? It's like, this village hasn't had cows for many years.
Oh,
You're like,
there's no way I can focus on eating if you're at my table.
I know, it's
fucking laughing the whole time. Yeah, man.
You're right, it's stop. It's like, unless you brought the cream, don't have to dream. Like, it's like, all the things.
Are you doing a Mexican accent?
No, it sounds like it, but it's my outback. So, like, every 3 months, that show would change. So, like, in the course of 1 year, you're playing, like, 7 different characters. Like doing all this stuff. So being in a room full of like in front of people and not having anything to say it's not allowed. Find something to say. Find a person to speak to, ask them a question and go. So you and I have been literally doing it for about the exact same amount of time, but like I have a huge theater background.
Yeah, we've got like the most complete opposite styles.
And thank you fucking so much to like Robert Cunningham and Sarita Bani and Terry Gardner for fucking taking care of me and like look where I am now. Thank you very much.
Okay, boys, plug your dates and tell me your goals for comedy. Chris, go.
I do a lot of the open mics. I'll be at the Pizza Project on October 14th. That's a show that Yianni is running. Yeah, he's checking his schedule.
Yeah, you are.
That's a good show up in, what's that place called?
Little Tavern, Pizza Project.
Yeah, Strathcona. I was going to call it Strathbona. Oh, there's a lot of beautiful women in that area. I might try that when I go. Strathbona? And my goals, I just want to be half as good as Yianni. I just want the energy that Yanni's got. That's my goal.
Give me a drug dealer number.
If it wasn't for these guys, I'd be nothing. So don't ever. I'm trying to always impress you people. So don't ever forget that that's where this comes from.
Us, not the 20-year-old girls in the hoodies.
That
because I don't give a fuck about you. I'll just be honest.
Thanks for Pizza Project is once a month every Saturday. My Instagram is at YanniVision. I'm sure that comes up on the thing.
Oh yeah.
Chris L will be here touring with Macy Taylor, Scott Belford, starting the 23rd of October. We're doing Northern Alberta, and we're coming back at the very beginning of November. And every Wednesday, we're at the Potion Room, a Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter style bar. It sounds way cooler than it is. It's a really neat room.
Talk down the Potion Room. That place is great.
I didn't talk it down. Did it?
You're like it sounds way more exciting than it actually is.
I said about the Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah. People walk in and they're like, "What the hell?" It's a lot. It's very magical. It's a super cool room.
The drinks are very affordable.
Yeah, Ellie Arms and
they're here too. We have happy hour going.
Yeah,
$5 drinks after 9 to close. Kaks
we don't want to send you everywhere else. But that's check in at Kaks, then come see our shows at all these other places,
and then come back to Kaks.
Yeah, they've been working really hard, and we're glad for that.
And Jack.
Yeah, I'm actually not doing a lot of scheduled dates right now because I'm just taking a break to write a bunch of new shit. Because I just got back from Toronto doing like a show every night, and now I got to write some new material. Goals for comedy? I don't know, just like get better.
Just keep doing it, basically.
Just keep doing it. Yeah, see if I can get some money out of it one day. I'm starting a podcast with a friend soon.
Fuck comedy, yeah.
Like, it makes your mind quicker. It makes you wittier. You'll see evidence of this one day, I promise. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, guys. Yeah, like I said, all the comedians' information will be in the show notes there. And Jack, you definitely start that podcast, and maybe we can do a collab one day.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Thanks so much, Shawn.